Hello friends, let's explain quickly about the TF Mini S LiDAR sensor. This is a 5 volt sensor. As you can see, we have 8 sensors, so you will need, first step is to connect them with the sensor holder, and then use the double face in order to stick the Arduino Leonardo. This chip is for Arduino Leonardo, but the name for this one is Pro Micro. So after you stick them, or before you stick them, you will need to make sure that you can upload the code using a USB cable. So you need to make sure the position can allow you to connect the cable with the board. Now let's go to the sensor and explain more about it. This is the TF Mini sensor. So each Arduino Leonardo of this one, or the Arduino Mini Pro, can only handle 2 sensors, because this sensor uses something called software serial, and you cannot connect more than 2 sensors. Okay, what about Arduino Nano, Arduino Uno? Arduino Nano and Uno can only can be only connected with 1 sensor only, because they have 1 software serial. So after many trials, after I tried a lot of things, I tried everything. I did the research and I find out this is the best option. This sensor is fantastic, is great, is accurate. It can detect the black objects very well. It can measure up to 11 meters, and actually it can measure the distance. It's the best sensor I've tried, but the only downside is the connection and communication way, because it make it very limited, and you need more controllers in order to connect more sensors. And if you used, for example, Arduino Mega, it has more software serial, it will become very slow. So this sensor will slow the board. Okay, now the connection, you have the ground, common ground. This is 5 volt. So you need to connect the 8 sensor 5 volt with each other, and the ground with the common ground. The most important is the connection of the TX, the green wire, and the RX, the white wire. So for the first sensor, green wire with pin number 8, white wire with pin number 7. For the second sensor, green with pin number 10, white with pin number 9. So if you go to this picture, and you can see this wire, and we need to cut it and use the wire stripper and strip the wires. And after that, we will need to go to this picture and we start the connection. So we need to consider this is the sensor number 1, opponent sensor number 1, the right, front right, front center, front left, back left, back center, back right. So now this is sensor 1, 2 with the first sensor, with the first controller. Since Leonardo can handle only 2 sensors, so we need to connect sensor number 1 and 2 on the first one, the third and fourth sensor on the second one, the fifth and the sixth sensor on the third one, and the last 2, 7 and 8 on the fourth one. Okay, now we explained how to connect the sensors. Now let's explain how we will program the microcontroller. Now we have this code. This code will be uploaded to each Arduino Leonardo, each controller separately. The only thing that you need to change is this number. This is the detection range. So the sensor will detect objects within 40 centimeters. If you want 50, you can make it 50. If you want it like 80, you can make it 80. So this is the only thing that you can change. See, here you have the software serial pin number 87 for the controller. 8 is green. Pin number 10 is green for the second sensor. And here we have the output. Now, when the sensor detects an object, for example, if sensor 1 detects an object, then pin number 5 will output a high signal. So when you connect this one and this one to this board, then if if this sensor detects an object, then pin number 5 will output high signal. If this one detect an object, then pin number 6 will output a high signal. And for the third and fourth sensor will be connected with the second controller. So if this is number 1, this is number 2. So if this one detect an object, pin number 5 high. If this one detected, pin number 6 is high. And also it's the same for these two sensors connected with this one, 5 high, 6 high, 5 high, 6 high. Second sensor, first sensor, second sensor for the fourth controller. So let's go back to the code. As we see, this is the distance. If there is something detected in the first sensor, then pin number 5 will be high, second sensor, pin number 6 will be high. Otherwise, they will become low. And this is the code, and also it will print on the software serial. You can test the sensor and monitor the results. Now, a big question. This is a 5-volt sensor, this is a 5-volt controller. But the main controller, the brain of our robot, is the Arduino Nano ESP32, not this one. Let's go here and see the Nano. Yeah, here we have the Arduino Nano. Later we will explain how to connect the servo motors. So here we have the Arduino Nano ESP32. So this is a 3.3 volt. So it cannot handle 5-volt signals. So we need to drop down the signal voltage using something called voltage level shifter. So this is the voltage level shifter, guys. Here we have the B input. So these wires are coming from the microcontroller, the Leonardo Arduino Mini Pro. This is B1 from the first, B1, B2 from the first sensor, second sensor, then from the 4 and 5, number 4 and 5 sensor, the second controller, and this is the third controller, and this is 7 and 8 for the fourth controller. Pin number 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, and etc. Here we have for the 5 volt in VB, here we have common ground, and here we have the output. This wire will output this wire, A1. P1 will output A1. So this is the input, 5 volt, and this is the output, 3.3 volts for the ESP32. And here we have, this is the yellow wire 5 volt VA, and it will go to soldered with the enable pin. Also it received the 5 volt. So this is, we also solder this wire with VA, and it go to the enable pin. This is from the back. This is the enable pin, and this is the 5 volt, the yellow one, and this is the red. Okay, now let's go back to the connections. Here we start soldering the wires, soldering pin number 7, 8. Here, as you can see, pin number 9 is not soldered because I was using extra Arduino Leonardos, so I connected each sensor in a single controller, and the result was the same. There is no different. So the best thing is to use only 4 controller instead of 8. So here in this version we have 8 controllers. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in the back side we have 3 others. So it's more complicated, and you don't need to go with this approach. Only use 4 and connect them as I explained. Here we have number 7, 8, and also you need to connect 9 and 10. And also you need to connect the ground with each other and the VCC with each other in order to manage the wires. Otherwise you will have a big mess inside the robot, and you won't be able to fit everything with each other. So here, as you can see, this is the place where I attach the voltage logic level shifter with a double phase. And here we have these 2 components are voltage regulators. They will receive the voltage from the battery. Okay, they will receive the voltage from the battery, and one will supply voltage for the servo motors, and one will supply voltage for the other electronics, including the sensors, the controllers, and the ESP. So yeah, that's it for The connections, you need to do the soldering, connect each two sensors as I explained, connect the logic level shifter, and also the voltage regulators.